That's my boy. Oh, yeah.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones we used to know. Now, you might be asking yourself, Fatal J, something is different. And I agree. I just want to tell you guys right now, I'm a debonair. I'm a gentleman. Welcome to another installation of Fatal Live. And we're back. Glad y'all here. We're going to be talking about a lot of things, man. Superman. We're going to be talking about no more Zack Snyder Rebel Moon. And we're going to be talking about Reed Richards. The mother freaking Reed Richards is leading the Avengers. It's over for Marvel. I got a friend in the back. You ever seen him on the wall on the channel? This man right here. He's the wizard. Chicks love the glove. My man. My friend. Da-na-na-na. Na-na-na-na. Na-na-na-na.
What's going on, Fatal? Love the intro.
What's
I
up, man?
appreciate that. How you doing?
Doing good, my brother. I'm glad you're here, man. How's everything going in the arcade world?
It's going swimmingly. I'm bursting at the seams here in the arcade. I got one more big machine
Man.
coming in, and I'm gonna be done for a while.
Okay. Okay. I always wonder how that worked, you know? Do you get do you have the urge to keep going, or do you get satisfaction?
It's like anything else. Like you get something, you think, "Oh, I'm so glad I got it," and then you're like, "Man, I don't know, I really wanted this." So then you look around and you trade for something else, or you sell it, or
Okay.
But you
Okay, so
eventually
in the
go ahead.
arcade world, okay, let's just
Yeah,
say this wasn't what I cracked what was cracked up to be. You would just switch, you would swap with somebody.
it's like you got this memory of a game, and man, it
Okay.
was fun when you were a kid. And then you got it, and you realize I'm kind of sick of it. Like I can't really play this every day. I can't play this all the time. So you end up
Yeah.
selling or looking for something else. But eventually, you do it long enough to where you realize what you're really looking for. Not the idea of the game, but the actual thought of living with it every single day. And you end up getting stuff that you eventually settle on it. Like Battle Pod is never going
Okay,
anywhere.
but please tell me you got the two essentials.
What's that?
Street Fighter 2. You got Street Fighter 2, right?
Of course.
Okay. And X-Men. X-Men.
I did have X-Men. I don't have X-Men anymore.
What? That's
I know.
blasphemy.
I got the game board. I don't have the machine.
That don't count, man, because you ain't playing.
I love X-Men though. You're right. It's one of my could be my favorite beat 'em up next to Ninja Turtles.
Man, ain't nothing beating that. And the funny thing about it was, whenever I used to walk through the arcades, and I would hear that vroom, that jet,
Oh
and
yeah.
then when you turn around and look, what the freak was that? And you see that menacing, sinister Magneto face, and he hit that.
Oh yeah.
Man, I was scared, but I wanted to play that so bad.
It's
Like,
and it never.
why was that so loud? Why was that so loud like that?
It was the system. It was the actual the cabinet itself. If you got the game in the original cabinet that it was built for, it was built to magnify that sound.
Okay.
So it's all about the machine itself. Now, sometimes they can take the board and put it in just a generic arcade cabinet. But if you get the one that was actually built for it, a true Konami cab, it's gonna maximize that sound. It's gonna give it the bass. It's just gonna shoot it throughout the arcade because they were all trying to stand out back in the day.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know what the freak we're talking about, this guy right here is the arcade extraordinaire. Anything your arcade needs, PS5, Xbox, all that stuff, go to him. Go to him. Let me shout out a few people real quick. Speak on it, Fox.
No. I was also gonna say I'm also excited to talk about Superman tonight.
We're going to talk about Superman in a few seconds. Let me shout out some people. We got Kai in the building. What up, Kai? If you don't know Kai, you know that video where you were like in the clip?
Yeah. He did that,
made
didn't
that.
he? Yeah.
Yeah, he make all the Dark Council clips. Shout out to Kai. And I also was a voice actor on his movie, Star Wars movie.
Really?
Yeah, I'm famous.
Well, we knew
famous,
that.
man.
Come on, I didn't need somebody else to tell me that.
We got Stego Bang in the building. What's up, sir? We got Professor Film Fan. What up, sir? Glad you're here. We got Stream Labs, of course, in here. It says share the Dark Council stream. This is not even a Dark Council stream, Stream Labs. Let's continue, though. We got Sandro in the building. What up, Sandro? One of the most funniest men in the world. Y'all come on in and smash that like button. It's going to be a dope one. Now, Fox, I can remember you saying, Fatal J, this is going to be a bad film right here, man. This Superman right here is going to be terrible. It's stupid. James Gunn may go into
I
the
told
galaxy.
you, I told you I was not feeling it. I told you it's just
Fox, you know what? Since I got you on the stream, I'm mad at you anyway, bro.
Oh, come on, bring it. Let's
Look,
go. Let's
okay,
bury this
I
hatchet.
knew I
Let's
put
go.
I knew I put this hat on for something. I'm the
Mhm.
judge right now. Okay,
Mhm.
we remember last time. This was you saying this. Last time we was at the movie theater, and you said, "Hey man, let's make this a ritual. Every time a Star Wars movie drop, we go see it." Okay, the last Star Wars movie drop, I seen this guy in the theater.
But what you're not telling your audience is that it was your turn to come to me. I went to you
Oh
twice.
yeah, you right.
And you got to come up to Cincinnati.
You right. I've never been to Cincinnati in my life, but I do plan on going. I do.
Well, come on, man. I got room. I got a room for you.
Hey man,
Come
I'm
hang
staying
out
up
with me.
all night. I'm
Bring
staying
the
all
wife,
night.
bring the kids. Come on, let's go.
Yeah. No, they ain't coming. They ain't
They
coming.
ain't coming. It's just us.
Yeah, it's just me and Nights Out. You know.
What are you talking about? The episode 3?
Yeah, the episode 3.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I know it was good seeing it, man.
It was so good seeing it back in the theater, man. I'm telling you. I wish I would have seen it with you, bud.
Yeah, it's all good, man. We got plenty of time to do that. But speaking on Superman, tell me your thoughts on Superman, and then I'm gonna bring out the Superman news. What was your thoughts?
Man, so like I said,
at first you thought, and you know, I understand because a lot of people be like, Fatal J, you a James Gunn fan. No, I'm not. You can never find a video of me saying that I'm a fan of James Gunn because James Gunn is very hit or miss. He don't make something in between. It either sucks or it's dope. And
yeah,
I was just really hoping that he would be I was really hoping it would be a traditional, just Superman, bright colored film. Something that's not a copy of Zack Snyder. And even though this movie has flaws, I was pleasantly surprised.
So I like James Gunn. You know, I think he's good at what he does, right? And what he does is got a sort of a distinct style. We saw it in Guardians of the Galaxy, the trilogy. We saw it in the Suicide Squad movie. He's great at movies about groups of characters, not just a singular character, not really. And he wants all his characters to have these very distinct sort of personalities, but they all seem to have like this silly goofiness in common. And so apply that to Superman. Okay, well, we started seeing clips of other characters. Now we realize, okay, there's a lot of characters in here. And then we start hearing, oh, you're going to be dropped right into the action. So I'm like, great. So we're not going to get a backstory. It's going to be Guardians of the Galaxy, but in DC, right? And so I went in kind of not negative, but not expecting much. And man, it starts off kind of like, you know, it's abrupt, right? You're dropped right into it. Literally, that teaser that they dropped is the beginning of the movie. Those first few minutes of the movie.
And I love that. Because he didn't spoil nothing.
That's true.
Everything. That was just a small little piece of the intro of the whole movie. He never did show nothing else. So I got to give him kudos on that.
Yeah, I like that. And if you're going to do something, I want a teaser to be just something, doesn't give away anything, doesn't spoil anything, but it kind of gives you a feel of the movie. So I get that.
Yeah.
But then as the movie goes on, I'm seeing some of the stuff I was afraid of, but the majority of the movie is stuff I like. And we'll talk about some of the flaws in a minute, but you know, a part that really hit me was when his earthly father, you know, from Kansas, was talking to him And when
That
that
you know
moment,
why? Because you're a father. All
I was
fathers or sons that have deep relationships. Cause see, my dad passed last year, and man, if that scene would have went longer, I would have been crying like a little bi. I'm just gonna be honest with you. You
there's
know,
nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that because what that
now
tells
there's
me is
nothing wrong with that.
he made something relatable, and
Yeah,
that's wonderful. I love that. And you're right. As we get older, we're no longer picturing ourselves as the hero. We're picturing ourselves as the fathers and the mentors
yeah,
of the hero.
yeah,
And I thought
yeah,
that scene was really good because of what it was. But then he didn't have a joke come in and blow it up. He just
yeah.
let the scene happen. And I wish he could have done more than that. Overall, I gave the movie a 7 out of 10 because there were I found myself really happy to see Superman, like you were saying, bright and shining, standing there in the
Yeah,
sun, colorful, cape waving,
yeah.
optimistic, uh, saving a squirrel. I mean, some people could make fun of that, but I'm like, you know what? I like what Zack Snyder did, but I don't mind this either. This is a nice departure from that. It's
When
setting
you
itself
look at
different.
Superman, when you look at Superman, that's the perfect man.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about physical. I'm talking about how we should be as human beings. Look out for one another. Look on the
Mm-hmm.
bright side of things. Stay positive. You know, never giving up, being motivational, being inspirational. And I saw that in this film. Zack Snyder, I'm a Snyder head, but Zack Snyder made it. He made it so real that it was dark.
Oh
You
yeah.
know,
Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
and see, I don't think Superman's supposed to be that real. It's supposed to be a fantasy to us, you
Well,
know?
it's a 100-year-old character, made in a different time. He's been reimagined I don't know how many times, but something has been consistent. And it is that sort of, I'm here to save the day type of persona, type of attitude, the
Yeah,
optimist, and it's sort of easy to be that way when you can't really get hurt physically. He can get hurt emotionally, like Batman gets hurt physically. He's been bruised, emotionally, with losing his parents. So it's easy for him to sort of stay in that darkness. Superman
yeah.
is supposed to contrast that with the light,
That's
and
what I'm
it
saying. And
it
see,
was good to
if
see
I was
that.
not, if I was not to cut you off, but you
Go ahead, go
nailed
ahead.
it. Now you nailed it. When they made Man of Steel, they made that a Batman movie.
Yes,
And like
yes,
and Mark said it best. I don't know if Mark coming because I invited Mark too. But Mark said exactly what you said. Those two characters are supposed to contrast. Just to
yeah,
make it even more simple for everybody out there. Superman is daylight and Batman is nighttime.
exactly. The
You
Dark
know?
Knight. Even
Dark
if
Knight.
the contrasting of the two cities, you had Metropolis being like the New York, the bright and shiny New York, and then
Yeah.
you had like Gotham City being like Detroit or Chicago, crime ridden, all that. Those two things are supposed to be the dichotomy. The
Yeah.
difference between the two. It should be stark. It should be a hard contrast. I am curious to see it because I kind of thought about the animated series Superman and then the
Yeah.
Justice League, animated series. And I thought that maybe that was what we got was the Justice League. But remember, we also got the Batman animated series in that same style in that same universe. So I think that even though this
Yeah.
was bright and shiny and Justice League or Justice Gang and all that, I think and this is going to be really important. If Batman comes in, which they're going to do it, he's got to be Batman. He can still be in this. We saw that in the Justice League animated series. He's got to be Batman. He can be in this goofy world, but he's got to be Batman. Stoic, quiet, super smart,
Yeah. And
and I
Fox,
think they can pull it off.
I think they can pull it off. And this the thing, Fox. A lot of people saying, well, the DCU, the new DCU rides on Superman. No, it don't. Because Superman
Batman.
is not the franchise player.
Yep.
It's Batman. Batman is the franchise player.
100% Batman.
I don't care who you are,
Mm-hmm.
how old you are, they love Batman. When you
Yep.
look at the comic book sales, it's either two characters up there at the very top, Spider-Man or Batman. And when you look at the very top, it's always Batman, man. They love Batman.
No matter what's going on, It's always Batman. He just has universal appeal. There's
Yeah.
just something about those stories, about that character, about the struggle within himself, being a human with no superpowers, and yet still he tops the charts. So they got to handle his character right. But we may be getting ahead of ourselves here. But the movie itself, I gotta say, was better than I expected, and I think it's not a bad way to kick it off. It's got some flaws, but I think it's not a bad way to kick off the DCU.
Fourth said Man of Steel was not a Batman movie. There's a clear contrast, and the character's still in BVS. I don't think so. When you talking to a Snyder head, man, when you look at Clark in Man of Steel, you couldn't tell the difference between Clark or Superman. It's supposed to be like, a lot of people don't realize this. This is what made DC dope. Okay, Superman is the real person. That's him, Superman. Clark Kent is the disguise. Right. In most other comic books, it's the other way around. Look at Batman, for instance. Batman is pretending to be Bruce Wayne. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's pretending to be Bruce Wayne.
Nobody knows their real name in the DC side of things. Marvel is like, hey, everybody knows. They know.
Well,
they got your name. They got your address. They know all that stuff. Like,
but what I mean is, this is what I mean. Batman, when he jumped from a building and crushed every bone in your body, that's really Bruce Wayne.
Yeah,
that's really who he is inside. Mm-hmm. Okay. Superman is an alien from outer space. He's a Superman. He's trying to act like a human, act all goofy and stuff.
Trying to blend in. Yeah.
But this is my whole point of that. Clark and I love Man of Steel, but Clark was just down on his luck in that movie. Like, I'm down on my luck. I hate my dad. Paul Kent is supposed to be what shapes Superman, and then Zack Snyder version, he told him, "Don't save me."
Yeah.
Now, I don't care if you're a serial killer. If you have the power to save your dad, and your dad say, "Don't save me," you're gonna still save him, right?
I think this is something that's gonna be contested forever. A lot of people had problems with that scene. I didn't. And here, like you just said, we're dads. We care about our children, right? Yeah. So it's some people, other people got upset because he was telling Clark to hide this part of himself.
Now when you just said that, Fox, you got inducted to the Snyder movement.
I think this is legit. I think it's real. A lot of people read too much of themselves into it, but here's what it is. A father doesn't care how it looks. He doesn't care how it sounds. He cares about his children. And that's his primary concern. So he didn't care if he sounded like he was, whatever. When it came time for, him to face certain death, he was more worried about his son being seen as a freak or being abducted by the government and chopped up. That's the only thing, 24/7, that's what he's thinking about. So even as he's facing down a tornado, he would rather do what he can to tell his son to no, wait, don't reveal this about yourself. It's worth me dying, son, to keep this under wraps until you figure it out. And I thought, to me, that was an ultimate expression of a father's love, is to give yourself for your children. And
Fox, I get that. I get that, Fox. I really do. I get that. But this is what I'm saying. I'm speaking not in the aspect of a father, because I get that with the father. He didn't want them splitting Clark open and examining him. Like they do.
Yeah.
But this is what I'm saying. Let's keep it in the simplest terms. If you had the power with super fast speed, so fast that can't nobody see you, you know that your dad is about to die. I don't care if you hate your dad guts. What are you most likely to do? Are you going to follow your dad? If you're going to follow your dad commands, or are you going to say, "Dad, freak you, I'm supposed to save your life. I ain't trying to have you die"?
Think about this. Did he have the power? Remember, at this point, he can't fly. Remember, we saw him learn how to fly. Did he even know how fast he was? Did he really know how strong he was? You know, I think
Okay,
he's in
I,
his. That's something you got to consider at this point in
okay,
the
I
movie.
give you that. You know what?
Uh-huh.
I didn't know you was a more Snyder head than me. You more of a Snyder
I,
head
I
than
I
me.
own all these movies on Steelbook, Blu-ray, 4K. I love these
I do
movies.
too. I
Yeah,
do too.
yeah.
But listen, man, listen. Clark was still invulnerable. Am I right?
Did he know that? Remember, he knew he could do these things, and his father struggled to help him understand what he was even about, where he came from. They had no idea what his limitations were. He was still angsty, probably not a teenager. I mean, he looks like he's older. He probably looks like he's about 20, but still pretty young. You know, and I don't know. I'm sure he was
Watch
probably
that
afraid.
motherfucker lift a school bus up when he was a child. When
He
it was
pushed it out
sinking
of
in
the river. What I'm just saying is that there was a lot of stuff going on there. Clark wasn't full blown Superman yet, obviously, and he was heeding the caution of his father, who had probably instilled that in him his whole life. You know,
Okay.
wait, don't wait, stop. You know, protect yourself, hide yourself, because his father cared more about him than his own life.
Fox, you still not answering my question. You talking about the limitations of Superman.
Yeah.
Just based on, let's just pretend you Superman, okay?
Okay. Superman or
You
Clark?
you Henry Cavill in that truck and
In that
and
scene at that time.
at that time,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
You know that you got laser vision. You know you
Okay,
got
he didn't know
strength.
he had laser vision. Come
Yes, he
on
did.
now.
Because remember, he had the laser vision, and then his mama was like calming him down. Remember, he was a little boy.
X-ray.
Remember?
He had X-ray vision, but he didn't really know that he had it. Remember, she was trying to calm him down to get him
Yeah.
to still remember
Yeah.
the
Oh
ocean?
yeah, X-ray vision.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
right.
And
Okay, but
it was his senses being overloaded. He couldn't control it.
they was overloaded. Okay.
Yeah.
But he still knew he had super strength though.
Yes.
Cause remember what he said? I could have crushed them boys.
Yes.
Remember when they were bullying him?
Yep.
Okay. So you know at this point, all that debris is not gonna phase you.
Probably not.
Okay.
Probably not.
Now, remember, you're in the car.
Yep.
In the car.
With
we
my
got
mom.
108.
Yeah.
We got 118 people watching between Twitter and YouTube. They must really like this right here.
This
But
is
let's
good
continue.
conversation. Keep it going.
Y'all smash that like button. Smash it like nobody's business. But you in the car. You in that passenger side.
Right. Right.
You see your pops giving you see him on screen doing this.
Mm-hmm.
You know your daddy supposed to get messed the freak up and he's going to die. What are you going to do? I can speak for me. I'm gonna risk it all. I don't care if y'all motherfuckers dissect me. I'm saving my dad, bro. I'm saving my dad. Because think about this. Think about this before you answer.
Yeah.
Isn't that the most unlikely thing that Superman would do?
Sure.
This
Sure.
motherfucker saved cats out the trees.
Yep. It's the most unlikely thing that Superman would ever do. All we know about Superman is that he saves people, he self-sacrifices, and maybe this is the reason why he is that way.
Okay.
Because of that one time where he should have saved his dad, but he didn't. So he said, to hell with that. Never again will I allow anybody to get hurt or die if I can do anything about it. It's like the great power comes great responsibility moment, but it's for Clark at this age.
I still think the heart attack was more.
You're going to save your dad.
I'm going to save him. Even if my dad is a scumbag, they beat me down, treated me bad.
I'm with you.
I would have saved him, bro.
I know how I was at that age. And when my dad spoke, it was like, whoa, you know.
And you know, let's just say even as teenagers, we were buttholes. You know what I mean? Thought we knew everything.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, but
even me being in that butthole stage, I'm still gonna save my dad.
Hey, you know what we need to do? We need to rewatch the scene. Is his mom holding him back? I don't think that she is, but imagine if this is going on and you're helping one of the ladies that your dad just rescued, right? You're helping her to her feet. Is mom saying, no, Clark, stay here? You know, and he's got that going on, and then his dad says, no. Now he's got both of his parents saying, stay there.
I'm supposed to pull it up.
I would like
And
to
I
think that I would have
got to be
tried to
careful
save my
too.
dad.
I got to be careful because this is Warner. You know, Warner strikes people. You know.
Well,
So I'm gonna
don't play the audio. Don't play the audio.
okay. I'm gonna skip around though just to play it safe.
There you go.
Because I'm talking about this scene right here in the snapping of the neck. That's controversial.
Now that
Speak on the snapping of the neck while I pull this up.
See, that shouldn't have happened because you're talking about the journey of the character, and it was a true character's journey. It was a origin story for Superman, and the snapping of the neck goes counter to what he just witnessed with his, well, not just, but what he had witnessed with his father, what he had, the restraint that he had throughout his whole life, that he had to have this restraint. I don't know how you wrap that up, that movie, but you don't snap his neck. And I had a problem with that. Now,
because I'm telling you, that's against, if you read Superman comics,
yes.
if you watch the old Superman shows,
Mhm.
the movies, the TV shows, the cartoon, when have you ever seen that's something that Superman from that video game do? What's the Injustice? That's something
Injustice. Yeah.
would-
Oh, he'll just nuke your brain.
Hey, but I love Injustice because that's really Superman if he didn't give a care about nothing.
Yeah.
You know?
That's Elseworld. That's a great
Elseworld.
side story. Yeah, but we're talking about legit, real Superman. He should have never snapped his neck. It's kind of like when Luke throws a lightsaber over his shoulder. It's like, wait a minute, that's so out of character. There should have been something that said, no, Zod, I'm not going to be like you. No, Zod, I'm not going to go to that point. I'm going to, and I don't know how you wrap up the movie at that point because of what had happened. I don't know if there's a prison that can hold him. I don't know what you do, but it could have been handled differently because I think I understand. I grew up on a farm in the country. I understand you got to put dogs down. You got to put animals down. So I get that. I get the mentality. But what would have been great is if he came full circle and get once again that thought of his dad. Restraint is what you need, son. Hold on.
Restraint.
Yeah.
Look, fourth, he said, level out. Okay, people feel he shouldn't snap the neck. What our option is out there? Look, when it comes to Superman, and fourth, I know you're a snotty head like me.
Oh yeah.
But you got to acknowledge the flaws in Man of Steel. And Man of Steel is my favorite hero movie. Don't get it twisted.
Oh, I love the movie.
It wouldn't be right, me as a Superman fan. I'm a Superman fan, man. I got them on my wall, got the comments. That's something General Zod would do.
Yes.
Not something because see, the thing that's dope about Superman, he got all this power, and Fox, is like you said, he got the restraint that he learned from his dad.
That's the difference.
And see, I even got something against kind of this scene right here because Clark he had like a rebelliousness to himself, and when you know the lore, Clark was just a good farm boy.
Yeah,
and I think Zach had a problem with the story. I'm gonna answer fourth question though. You said people feel he shouldn't snap the neck. What are the options? Go goofy with it. Throw him in the Phantom Zone because they had the Phantom Zone in the movie. Remember,
they had the Phantom Zone. Yeah, that's where everybody else went. Was the Phantom Zone?
That's where everybody else went.
Everything else got sucked into the Phantom Zone. So there should have been a way. He throws him into the Phantom Zone. Something. You know what he could have done? Here's what the Incredible Hulk movie. Remember at the end of the Incredible Hulk? The Incredible Hulk is losing it. He's going crazy. He's choking out Abomination. He's just freaking out. He's about to kill him. And then Betty says, no. And so he stops, right? So the monster comes back. The monster has restraint, So I'm with you. Throw him in the Phantom Zone.
Fox, this is where the movie ended wrong. And the ending was actually, the right ending was actually in the movie. Okay, remember when Clark blew up the machine that was turning Earth into
terraforming. Yep.
Okay, everything was getting sucked up. That should have when Zod got sucked up. And remember, Superman was flying as hard as he could to get out of it. That should have been the ending.
Yes.
That should have been the ending.
Yes.
Like, oh my God, is Clark gonna make it?
Exactly.
But instead, he was in a building and just snapped his neck. That was anticlimactic.
I felt like Zach didn't know when to stop. Like
he didn't.
It's like
and see that, and you know what? You nailed it. That's Zack Snyder problem
Yeah.
Great director when it comes to CGI and fights and all that, but he don't know how to end the movie.
Yeah.
He don't know how to end it.
Yeah,
You
the
know?
same thing. You saw when you well, I mean, we've all seen his cut of Justice League, 4 hours long. You know, I mean, I absolutely love it. It's funny. Me and my wife, is it 4 hours, Fatal, or 5? It's 4
It's
hours,
4 hours, bro. It's 4 hours.
Me and my wife watched that whole thing all the way through.
My
And
wife and my son,
she was like,
love
pause it. I gotta go to the bathroom. You know, she was into it.
Yeah, my wife and son, I catch them every blue moon watching it, and I'm shocked because I'm like, that's a 4 hour movie y'all watching, you know. But let's continue with this right here.
Yes.
So,
okay, go ahead.
You know, they going back and forth. Paul Kent trying to give him the knowledge. Clark acting rebellious, said like his daddy don't know nothing. His daddy don't understand him, and that's how teenagers are. I give Zack Snyder props on that. Teenagers said like you don't understand them when their parents is the exact person that know them. Okay, we seeing the build up right here. That's the mall. The dad is being a hero.
Yep. There's a tornado right there.
Yep. Tornado right there. Dad being a hero. Clark watching the whole time. He gave Clark the baby.
Yep.
I'm trying to look like you said, I'm trying to see what Martha is doing. Okay, Martha is helping out. Bro, and this is what I don't understand.
The dog. See, I don't understand that at all. Like, come on, man.
This is
why wasn't like a baby.
This is why I don't understand.
What are you doing?
This is what I don't understand. Do you see where they at, and do you see where the tornado is at? Do you see that?
That thing is barreling down, man. But this look, you've already got vehicles flying. You got cars getting flipped over.
You got vehicles flipping over.
Listen, this is just doing nothing but proving my point. Look how hopeless this looks. You know?
Now, you got to give it to Zack, man. His CGI is on point, man.
Oh, it's a great looking movie.
Yeah.
Oh, see, there's his mom. He's holding back his mom.
But did you see that? The mama.
I know, but he's trying to protect his mom.
But Fox, that's your first instinct. What the mama did.
Of course.
You know what? I say these people will freak that. I got to go back for my dad. You know what I'm saying? Look at Martha. Martha had more nuts than Superman did. Fair use, YouTube.
Come on, man. Look at that. Look at that. Car falls on him.
Yeah. See? Martha, man. Martha.
Uh-huh. It's always about Martha.
Martha.
So he gets out. See? Look.
Clark hesitated. Let's go back because that was only a few seconds.
He doesn't know. His mom's right there. He's got the people behind him. Look, see, he's about to go. He's about to go. That was his inclination. He wanted to. He surged forward, but his father said no. And for once, he listened to his dad.
No, bro, freak you, daddy. This the time to be rebellious. That's the time to be rebellious. Dad, I know I'm a messed up child, but listen, I'm not listening to you today. I got to get you out of here. You hate, because this the thing. Everybody was saved too. Everybody was saved. I don't know how they look. That's how they were moving fast. I don't know how to.
Dad saved the girl, the woman, the dog. Everybody got saved except for him.
Don't do it, son. Don't do it.
See, just sucked him up.
This is the time, and excuse my French, he should have just said, fuck it. You know?
Dun, 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 dun. He should have went over there and punched that tornado. Just punched it.
Man. Yeah, man. No, I don't know, man. I love the film. Don't get me wrong. It's just
no. It's no film's perfect except for Star Wars. No film's perfect.
And what I love about I did love the contrast because I knew what Zack Snyder was doing. Okay.
Yep.
Paul Kent was his earthly father. Okay, kind of like Joseph.
Stop, wait, but Jor-El was, what was he doing?
Jor-El was like God, the heavenly father. Okay, and remember what he told him before he left the ship when he was in the cross position. What did he say? He said, not only save her, because remember Lois was falling out the ship. He
Yeah.
said, don't only save her, save them all.
Save them all. Yeah.
But the dad told you, no, you don't do nothing. You don't do
Jor-El
nothing.
had the confidence knowing what his son was.
Yeah.
He knew what Kal-El really was, and he had that benefit where his earthly father, Paul Kent, didn't know. He really didn't know. He was unsure. He was just, all he knew was to just be protective of his son. And I guess when you're ignorant, when you don't know the facts or the details, that's what you do.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to James Gunn.
I'm gonna put that, yeah, back to James Bond, but I will say this to wrap it up.
Yeah.
That Superman in that Superman world, what you just said makes sense. But if we just looking at the lore, all the years that we got Superman,
yeah, it doesn't make sense. Yeah. No, that would have been when he would have swooped in, and the townspeople would have applauded him, and look at that Clark, and I'm here to save the world,
I think Zack wanted to do something different than the heart attack. I think that was pretty much it.
Yeah. I think Zack he just has a different view, and that's okay. That's good. I mean, it's good to have these different takes on superheroes, because you're talking about bigger things than just a dude in a cape. You're talking about morality, and decisions. The great thing about Superman is he has ultimate power. He has all this power, but it's the restraint that makes him interesting.
It's the restraint. Man, we got a lot of new people up in here. Road to Wisdom, Dr. Doug, Gaming with the Queen. We got a lot of people up in here. David O'Neill, Star Killer up in here. Fourth in here. Thank y'all. Continue to smash that like button. Because Fox, when they don't smash that like button, I tell the Majinite cousin to come get them. I just realized who this was. What up, Lorena? I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, that's the Queen.
That's the
and
Queen.
nobody wants the Majinite's cousin to come get him. Nobody wants that. So smash the like button, because it makes you feel so swell.
According to OMB reviews, I think that's Odin. But he says, looks like someone messed up the data entry for the Internationals of Superman over on the numbers.
Higher or lower?
I don't know. It looks higher, because this one right here says 300 million.
300?
It say 300 million, 314.
As of today or as of the weekend?
Let me look at Box Office Mojo.
Maybe that was up a lot during the week.
If it picked up that fast, though, then that's supposed to hit a billion.
Well, I don't know about that, but you got no competition this weekend. You got the summer, kids are out of school. What else are they going to go watch? It's bright and shiny. There's a little bit of offensive stuff in there with the middle finger, and there's a little bit of cussing, and the guy that gets shot in the head. That's a bit much. But
and then Superman and Lois were kind of busting slabs too. I kind of got a little uncomfortable, a little uncomfortable. But okay, now Box Office Mojo say 250 million.
I know it's done pretty well since the weekend. I mean, it's dropping, but it's also weekdays. But
okay, well, let's make a comparison. Okay, so the opening weekend, it made 125 million.
Yep.
Let's look at Man of Steel to compare. Let's see what it made on its opening. So on Man of Steel opening, it was 116.
See, and if you got to account for inflation, so Man of Steel probably did better.
It probably did better. You're right, because Man of Steel came out in what year? 2013? Yeah, 2013. Yeah.
God, man. 12 years ago?
That's a long time.
Dang, that is a long time ago.
Well, I keep saying, man, I don't know. I just don't understand how it didn't work out with Henry Cavill, man. That really felt like Superman.
Warner Brothers they don't know what they're doing, man. They can't stick to anything. They had Michael Keaton as Batman and messed that up. They couldn't, they couldn't just keep it going. There was a whole plan for Batman 3, and it all just fell. They just can't They can't stick to anything more than a couple movies. Even if this movie does well, I'll be surprised if they actually see this thing all the way through.
I will too, but I'm telling you, Fox is really riding on what Batman do.
Well, yeah. I mean,
'Cause
I'm with
if-
you 100%. Like we
'cause
know
see, a
it's
lot of
not going to be.
A lot of people don't know this, Fox. The first comic book movie that hit $1 billion was not a Marvel movie. It was a Christian Bale Batman movie.
Oh, I was hoping it was Blade.
Now, Blade was just dope.
Man, I love Blade. Blade 1 and 2 were great.
It was
yeah,
great.
it was the second. It was the Dark Knight. The Dark Knight.
Dark
right?
Knight with Joker. Yeah.
Yeah.
James Gunn rebooted DC with cheaper talent. Scope confirmed. A recent report has revealed the salaries the leading actors have been paid for in James Gunn's Superman movie, which confirms what I first told you 2 years ago. Via Puck News, it's revealed that David Cornsweet. Oh, they got their money. It shows their money.
yeah.
It reveals that David Cornsweet and Rachel Brosnahan were only paid $750K.
Yeah, the only one that got paid more than $1 million was Nicholas Holt. Yeah, he made $2 million.
Wow.
Yeah,
Here you go,
everybody
right
else
here.
made low. But this is what you got to do. This is what the MCU should have done after Endgame. You wrap up Guardian. You have Endgame. You have Guardians of the Galaxy 3. You've had the last Spider-Man movie, and then you shut it down and you reboot, and you get a bunch of cheap actors, real young, and you start over.
Yeah, because did you see how much? Did you see how much your boy made? He almost made the whole budget. Tony Stark's RDJ.
Oh yeah, Robert Downey Jr. Yeah, what?
Yeah.
50 million or something on the last movie.
50 million on top of what it like. If it was
Crazy.
if it supposed to hit $1 billion, he got
Listen,
an extra 10 million.
Listen, he got $1 million just for saying he liked Ironheart. Come on, they're just throwing money at him. $1 million ain't nothing for him. But yeah, I love this though. This is great. Start everybody low, spread the money around.
Well, let me ask you a question, okay? $750K.
That's it.
Low. That's low, right?
Yeah, it's not even $1 million.
Yeah, that's not $1 million. Usually, you would think at the least Cornsweet and Lois would have got $1 million.
I put it to you this way: Gene Hackman, his salary. There was no negotiation for the last. I can't remember how many years, how many films. This was his rule. Gene Hackman got paid $1 million, $1 million a movie. And that was 40 years ago, 30 years ago.
Yeah,
that was just his standing rule. So yeah, so this is a bargain when you're talking about big budget movies. But I think they obviously signed up for several movies, and I'm sure this does good, then they're going to be making some more money. I'm sure that next salary is probably going to be twice as much, if not 3 times as much. But I like this. This is encouraging.
And you got to think too, okay? Maybe they doing the thing like the first Iron Man movie, because remember, RDJ didn't make the most money in that movie. It was Rhodey, yeah. And then he got the big head and wanted too much money, and they switched it with Don
Well,
Cheadle.
they took a chance on RDJ. They took a chance.
Yeah, they did.
Like
they did because he was on that coke, man. He was on that coke. I ain't talking about Coca-Cola either.
I ain't talking about Coca-Cola. But he was a risk, and they took a risk on him, and it paid off. This is the same thing they're doing here. This whole thing is a risk, right? So these characters are a risk, and I don't mind that. I think that's good. I think that's everybody putting their best foot forward, saying, "Okay, we want this to be good. We'll accept a modest salary now, but the next one we're gonna get paid."
Yeah, and I think that's how James Gunn. I saw him explaining that. He said he's not looking to make $1 billion. He said if it go over a little bit over budget, he's fine, and the studio is fine with that because they looking at the long run. And I'm thinking in my mind, okay, this is Superman. They wanted to hit $1 billion, but that's not how these studios work. I don't think that's how they work.
Well, it's so. I'm gonna say something that's kind of crazy. Maybe, just maybe, James Gunn is being realistic. You got to think about it like this. Look at okay, so you said Dark Knight, $1 billion. Batman Begins didn't make a bunch of money, but that was the first movie kickstarting a new franchise, basically. So they're kickstarting a whole new DC universe. The first movie is probably not going to blow it up like
Yeah.
crazy, right? Because
Yeah.
there's a lot of unknowns here.
Yeah.
The thing that, so the point is that okay, so here we are, we're down here, we should see an increase. If people like it, then
Yeah.
the next movie should make a little more, and then a little
Yeah.
more, and you build to that.
Yeah, yeah. I think, and see, we the fans, we just think, oh, it need to hit $1 billion to survive. No, it
Right.
don't. No, it don't.
No,
Star Killer
no.
said, "Now hold up, now 750K isn't that bad." Look, speaking for me, 750K, I wouldn't be working no more. If you get royalties in addition to even more money down the line, it'll take 750. And yeah, I mean, like Fox said, that's great because you got room to do a lot more. I
Sure.
think that's what's hurting Marvel.
Absolutely.
I think at this point they can't afford Chris Evans and Robert Downey
No.
Jr. for every movie anymore. They
Of
can't
course
afford
not.
them guys. You know,
They got to put them all together in one movie and hope this one movie just goes bananas, right? But then we're never going to see them again, So it's and they're not even going to be the characters we want to see anymore. It's not going to be the original Iron Man. It's not going to be the original Captain America. It's going to be Captain Hydra and Doctor Doom. It's just and it's going to be weird and generic, and it's going to be, I mean, maybe not generic, but it's just going to be. There's no stakes, man. They just keep the multiverse is lame. It's
no
good
stakes,
for a movie
and
or
it's not.
two.
It's no stakes, and this stuff don't
No.
inspire or motivate you no more either. You know what I mean?
No, it's just like, well, okay, all right, well, okay, maybe who cares? He was Doctor Doom, but you killed him. Next week he'll be Mr. Sinister. I mean, it'll be whatever, I mean, maybe he'll be the warmonger, and then they'll bring back what's his name from Tron to be the new Iron Man. It's nonsense. You got to start over, and you got to establish some stakes. To just have infinite universes, multiverses, that's good for one movie, maybe
That's
two.
getting played out. It's getting played out, man.
It's just annoying, and nobody can keep up with it. I mean,
It's a
comic book heads are
cop-out,
having
too.
to. It is a cop out.
It's a cop out. It ain't no way, no how. I don't care if this is starts in another universe. It's no way we should be seeing his face anymore. Now, maybe another 10 years down the line, maybe, but this is too soon.
It's way too soon, and they've messed up because when they started the MCU, they didn't have all the characters, so they had to kind of do what they could. But now they've got almost every character. They've got a good working relationship with Sony, so they can use Spider-Man when they want to. So the right thing to do is just start over, and then you'll have all the characters, and you can tell the stories that people really love the way they were intended. Instead of this kind of mishmash sort of, well, remember, they couldn't even say the word mutant in the second Avengers movie.
You
remember that?
Yeah.
They had to call them enhanced or whatever. It was the rules were that weird. I mean, we got two X-Men, two mutants here, and we can't even call them mutants. We got to call them enhanced. And it just made things weird.
I'm just glad they didn't go with their original plan and called them, instead of the X-Men, the X-Women. Remember, that was a thing they were talking about doing for a while.
You say that. Coming next summer, X-Women.
Yeah. And then they was talking about, instead of X-Men, because the man was toxic.
Yeah, toxic. Yeah.
They were gonna call it X Factor.
X Factor, which is a totally different team. It's not even X-Men.
Totally different team. Let's read this right here. Say James Gunn Superman earns an insane $17 million on Tuesday. Domestic total crosses $155 million, and Man of Steel did $11.5 million on first Tuesday. So it's $6 million away. What you think this movie is gonna do? Do you think this movie is gonna kind of land right where Man of Steel is or do you think it'll do better? What is your thoughts?
So it's funny because you can't just, it's not apples to apples anymore. It is two Superman movies, sure, but we're living in a completely different world. You had 2013, that was like like 7 years before COVID, before all that stuff happened. Now we're in a completely different landscape. They're streaming like crazy. Everybody's got, I mean, most people just wait for it to show up on any number of streaming services. So that's a factor. After COVID, theater attendance hasn't been the same. So I think that, honestly, and because this is going to, I think this is going to be like the Batman Begins of this new series. So
Okay.
it's a starting point. It's going to be received, positive, but not overwhelming. I don't think it's going to do $1 billion. But if what James Gunn says holds true, it doesn't have to. It just needs to be solid. It needs to be consistent. If we see Batman jump in here, they can do it, but it's got to be consistent. He can't be ultra mega killing death Batman. You know what I mean? He's got to be like a measured Batman.
All they have to do, Fox, I mean, I just don't get it. All they have to do, get the best Batman comic books and follow that script. Because I can remember, you ever seen the first Sin City movie?
Yes.
They literally took the scenes out of that comic book. They literally took the words line by line at that movie, and that movie blew up.
Yeah.
I've never seen a comic book movie like that where they actually take the movements, the panels, the lines, and put it in a movie, and it blew up.
Literal interpretation. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I think I'll do them one even better. They don't even need that. All they need, I will send James Gunn, call me. I will send you my DVD box set of the Justice League Unlimited animated series.
Yes, sir.
You had all these characters together. They were unique, they were different, but they could all exist in the same universe, because there is a difference between Batman and Superman, but Batman was able to cohesively come in and still be Batman. Whatever characters he brings in, I don't care who it is. We're saying Batman, but anybody. If you bring in these characters, let them be who they are, who they're supposed to be. Don't make them all jokey. Don't make them all silly.
You make Batman jokey, it's a wrap.
Man, if he tells one joke, Batman's idea of a joke is just one smirk. Like when everybody realizes he just got one over on him, one smirk, but he doesn't even do it in their direction. He'll turn around.
And that smirk supposed to kind of freak you out too.
Exactly, because you're like, wait,
what the freak?
So it's but the thing is, he can exist, but he's got to be who he's supposed to be. Quit making everybody jokey. You just showed that image of Supergirl. I don't know. I like
I pulled that up because I wanted to know your thoughts when you saw her in the movie. If you ever seen the movie, spoiler, she is in there. What was your thought when you saw her? Did you think that was out of character?
Yeah.
So you thought that okay.
I knew that she was always like an angsty teenager, she's got the superpowers.
And she's supposed to be older than Clark. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's supposed to be, because when he got sent as a baby, she was older than him. And then I think her ship went into the Phantom Zone for a little bit. And then when she came to the Phantom Zone, she was still the same age.
Oh, so they kind of did like the what Zack Snyder did, where Supergirl goes to Earth first, thousands of years earlier. Yeah,
because for the people that don't know, when Clark is going through that ship and he see all those dead Kryptonians, the one that was open that was supposed to be Supergirl. Yep. Fun fact. But go ahead, Fox.
No, I don't, man. I thought that was stupid. I didn't like that. I mean, it's like he's trying to make a joke. Oh, look, it's the sorority girl. She parties is like a stereotype. But in this case, it's Supergirl, and she has to go somewhere where they have a red sun so she could get hammered. It's like I don't like that. Like I think that it's fine.
So
for
you
her
don't
to be
like
immature.
this? You don't like this because this actually came from the movie set. White girl wasted, Supergirl wasted,
where she's smoking and being all. I don't like it. I don't like it. I have no problem with her being immature, but she has to have some redeemable quality. If she's just going to come off as some TikTok, like one of the girls that gets like interviewed outside of a bar and she's drunk, like I see nothing good about that at all. Like, I mean, I would love to see her be immature, but still struggling. Same way with Clark and what he did when he was younger. And she's got to he's kind of got to help her get through that. But now if you're saying she's older than he is and she's just smoked cigarettes, like she's like Hancock, where she's just drinking and just,
I forgot about Hancock.
yeah. No, I think this is stupid.
Fox, let me ask you this. You think James Gunn already messing up? Because this is the next big DCU movie.
Story is everything. So she could very easily, at the very beginning, be some sorority girl, and then there's an event that happens, there's something that happens, and she can redeem herself, and she can be a character we could fall in love with. I acknowledge that's possible. But I don't think this is the next movie that they should do. First off, I feel like Superman was kind of like a second movie. It felt more like a sequel than the first movie. We kind of, just the way we got all thrown in and jumped in. So I don't know. I kind of want to see more about Superman. I want to see more about what's going on after this movie. I want to see more about the characters we just were introduced to. But I feel like we're going to be just thrown to, okay, well, no, never mind. Here's somebody else. It's like, I don't know if that's the right way to go about it.
Yeah.
I don't know. But no, I'm not excited for this at all.
I'm not excited too. And then think what this movie going to be facing. Because this movie is already a wrap. What movie is coming out next year for Marvel?
Oh, this is Doomsday,
two big
right?
bangers. Two big bangers. It's going against.
What is it?
You're right. Look, watch this. It's two big bangers it's going against.
Yeah.
It's going against Spider-Man, the Spider-Man number 4.
Yeah. Yeah, the fourth one, yeah.
And then you got Avengers, Doomsday dropping.
Yep.
And then you got this for the DC side of things.
Man, nobody we didn't see her do anything. So nobody's excited to see more of that. All we saw was her drunk ass come in stumbling, get her dog and leave. Like nobody's like, ooh, I wonder what else she's doing. Nobody cares about that. She didn't do anything. Now, if you had like a Guy Gardner movie or something, I mean, how about what the hell's up with that?
Well, Fox, I'm glad you said that, because this is dropping this year. And if they facing against Spider-Man and Doomsday, they need to come with it. They better come with it with this show. This show drops this year too. They better come with it with this right here. This Legends.
Oh, come on. But
they got to come with it.
That's a TV show, right? That's a show. That's not a movie.
It's not a movie, but it can still be dope. Because did you see Penguin? Did you watch Penguin?
I did not, but I heard it was great.
Fox, come on,
man. I know. Everybody's been giving me a hard time about that one. I know.
Fox,
I got to watch it.
That's the best of the best that came out last year.
But what does that do?
Every episode was perfect.
What does that do for the movies? What does that do for the DCEU? Does it? And I don't know. I don't know the answer I'm asking. Like, does that really build momentum to the next chapter, the next phase? Or is it just a cool thing that's kind of on the side? I don't know what the answer to that.
Now you make a great point. These two motherfreakers right here need their own big budget $1 billion movie.
Guy Gardner, we just met him. Now the Green Lantern movie, but it's done right this time.
I'm laughing at Larry. Larry's crazy, man. He said
that was Tuesday.
She stumbled in drunk and gets her dog sound like me last Tuesday. Love it. Shout out to Larry, his comic book Niobe. Larry, if you got a Kickstarter or something going on, put the link in the chat. And Larry, I got to interview you too. Fox, you know I'm doing comic book interviews on my channel, man. Interviewing comic book creators and stuff. I'm having a good time, man. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. But you right, Fox. This right here, and they did a dope job with Guy Gardner.
Yes.
I thought I wasn't gonna like him.
Oh no. But with Nathan Fillion, I mean, come on, like
Nathan Fillion, yeah.
It's kind of hard to not like him and his character. But no, I thought it was used well. I thought he wasn't overused. He was definitely in your face and played like the character's supposed to be played. And that's a guy, because he was in the movie and did stuff, that people would be like, ooh, I want to see that movie. Or a Mr. Terrific movie. Oh, what's going on with that guy? I got questions. How did he get his powers? What's going on?
Mr. Terrific damn near stole the whole show.
That's what I'm saying. But instead, we're getting super drunk girl and Clayface.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, what?
I'm ca-
So he's a Batman villain, right? But we haven't even seen the Batman
I haven't seen
in
Batman yet.
this universe.
I think
So
James Gunn, he want to be so different, and he like using those C-list characters so much. You're not giving the people what they want. This could potentially,
Correct.
Clayface could be the best we ever seen, but we don't. That's not our priority. Our priority is 3 people in DC right now: Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman.
It's just that simple. It's just that simple. That doesn't mean, like to your point, you could bring in those C-list characters. You could bring in these villains and make them like a villain you thought was lame could make them something special. Be like, oh, that was crazy. You could have a Clayface that really takes Batman to the edge, right? And you can do that. But I don't want a Clayface movie. You know, I like the Venom movies, but I didn't want a Venom movie. I wanted Spider-Man and Venom.
Man, let me tell you something. We're not going to even speak on Venom.
You know what I mean?
We ain't gonna even speak. Hey, Larry, you got me blocked on Twitter. You need to unblock me. I'll get you.
Oh, come on now. You two should be friends. You're trying to promote the man's comic and he's got you blocked. What did you do?
One time, me and Larry, we just kind of what friends do. They got into it, and then
you were beefing,
we blocked on each other, and now we friends again. You know. Let me see, Brian with an I. Thank you so much. Let me blow you up in the best way. Here you go, sir. Thank you so much. Next news. And I don't know how you feel about this, but this is news. So apparently, Fox, Zack Snyder's unsure if Rebel Moon continues, if at all. Now let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Now, you was rooting for Zack Snyder when it came to Man of Steel.
Oh, yeah.
This is a 2-parter question. First question. Did you watch both Rebel Moon movies?
I didn't watch both of them.
Okay. Did you watch at least one?
Yeah, the first one.
Okay. The second question. Did you like it?
No. It's like Zach being Zach. Zach's over here making a Zach movie. You know, it's like when you've seen Sucker Punch, when you've seen 300, you know, when you've seen The Watchmen, when you've seen, you know, Man of Steel, when you've seen BVS, when you've seen Justice League. I mean, it's like, man, you know, I want you to do something different. I like independent, or not independent, but I like different sci-fi movies and different takes and different ideas and all that.
Yeah.
I like that. I just didn't like what he was doing.
Fox, I don't know if this blasphemy or not. This probably is blasphemy, what I'm about to say. A good Star Wars alternative to me was the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I
kind of agree with that.
Because Star-Lord is Han Solo, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's what buddy cop movies in space, or like a band of goofy characters.
You know they're coming out with Spaceballs too, right?
Oh yeah. I saw that. The search for more money.
Yeah.
I'm curious how that's going to work. I don't know. That kind of humor was. I don't know. If it's
gonna
work anymore. You know what?
They joke like that no more. You're right.
I know, but then the Naked Gun movie coming out, that's going to prove a lot. If that movie does well, Spaceballs 2 has a chance.
They need to get back to the edgy comedy, man.
I think so.
Do they realize that black people, white people, all races laughed at Blazing Saddles? Black people love Blazing Saddles.
It was hilarious in Spaceball when they're combing the desert and he goes to the black guys with a pick and he's like, shit. That was hilarious.
Remember another one that he made, Mel Brooks. Remember Robin Hood in Tights?
Oh yeah, Men in Tights. Yep.
Back then, people didn't even know who Dave Chappelle was.
Nope.
You know?
Nope.
What's his name? Achu? His name was Achu. Remember?
Achu, yeah.
Achu, bless you. Thank you so much, David. Appreciate it.
Now, everyone, I need you all to lend me your energy. Don't you take that! You're really good.
He said once he said he was going to Star Wars route, that's when I knew the structure would be different. Y'all are used to the MCU route, so that's why the structure is weird to you, but I understand. Look here, man. You talking to a DC head, okay? And then comes Marvel. And then you talking to two Star Wars heads. This man literally got a Star Wars arcade shirt. Make sure to check out that 19K Fox merch on his channel. I got the shirt too. But nah, man, this just wasn't good.
Yeah.
Simple and plain.
Yeah.
I wanted this to be dope. I really did. The actors, they all look masculine and dope, and except for that bar scene. But it just didn't deliver on the story. Zack Snyder, this is what y'all have to understand. Great cinematographer.
Beautiful.
The best fights you can ask for in an action film, but he can't write nothing. He's just not a writer. And I mean, you got to understand your strengths and your weaknesses.
Yes.
A lot of people like Man of Steel because it wasn't written by Zack Snyder. You know what I mean?
He's
He's just not a writer.
Director with a unique style.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's not like J.J. Abrams, same thing. He's not a good writer. Good director, not a good writer.
Let's read this real fast. Snyder takes a break from Rebel Moon, while fans might expect more Rebel Moon sequels. And I think a Rebel Moon mobile game just came out. Or spinoff. Snyder cast doubt on whether anything else is even happening, saying he's taking a break from that world after the exhausting process of making both films back to back. Now, this is Zack Snyder's own quotes. I got sidetracked into this, not sidetracked. What? I got sidetracked into this, not sidetracked. It's all uptown problems, as they say, for Netflix. I'm working on the LAPD SWAT movie, Snyder told Variety. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to just sort of let that Rebel Moon world boil for a minute. And I'm going to go do this. And frankly, it was very exhausting. Long process doing the two movies together. So it was nice to have a bit of a break from it. I love it like crazy, but it's nice to have a bit of a break. That doesn't sound good.
No.
Then this is where he finished up and said, Snyder didn't confirm any concrete plans moving forward. There's tons of stories. So I think it's endless. But again, like I say, I'm waiting to see how we want to and in what way we will move forward, if at all. Did you hear that last part?
If at all.
That means it ain't happening.
It ain't happening. It's not going to happen. And listen, it was fine. You got your two movies in, but he was going to do Justice League 1 and 2 back to back also. I think he was still fired up about that.
Yeah, that was his rich. That's how he was going to get caught up with Marvel.
Yep.
It was supposed to be Man of Steel, BVS, Justice League 1, Justice League 2, and Justice League 3.
Yep.
And they said, you stop at Justice League, motherfucker.
Couldn't even finish Justice League. Couldn't even let the man finish. Later on, they gave him $20 million to go back and wrap it up.
Because they wanted BVS to blow up. They wanted BVS to be $1 billion.
BVS was their fault anyway. He wasn't ready for Batman yet. He was going to do Man of Steel 2.
He wasn't ready for Batman. Man, you know what would have been perfect? I always said this. Okay, you know how BVS opens up, right?
Yeah.
It opens up where Batman, Bruce Wayne is looking up and he see Zod and Superman demolishing the whole city. That's how you start the Batman solo movie. And then after that point, it's just strictly Batman.
Yep.
Then for that third movie, okay, I got to take this freaking. He just destroyed this city.
Better yet, that's how you end the Batman movie. Batman has his adventures. He's older. Maybe he's avenging, Jason Todd, Robin, and then at the end of that, where he's wrapped up his fight with the Joker or whatever.
Yeah.
Boom, he gets the alert, and then we see the beginning of BVS at the end of his movie, and now all that kicks it off, right?
Yeah.
That kicks it off.
That was like the best promo for the next movie.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
That could have been a cool way. You know how Marvel always set up their next movie with the post
Yeah.
credit.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. You have
Yeah,
that where he's driving through the city and he's hugging that girl and he's looking up and you see that W on the ground and the rubble and cut to black. That's the end of the movie. You're like, what?
yeah.
Crazy. So now you've established
Ah,
Batman. He's had his own first movie, and now you've established he's pissed off at Superman.
I'm telling you, man, they dropped the ball, man. If I think Ben Affleck,
Yeah,
he deserved his own solo. Because I'm telling you,
100%.
you can't
100%.
tell me, Fox, you can't tell me any Batman can beat that warehouse scene.
No, that was brutal. That was brutal. That was
Even
badass.
people who hate Zack Snyder, they got to give that the crown. You know what I mean?
I like when he was sneaking around at the party doing detective stuff, you know? I liked it when he was just, staring down people as Bruce Wayne. I thought he was a slick and smooth Bruce Wayne, but you could tell there
Yeah,
was something kind of underneath. Like you could
yeah,
tell he was, he was a little darker, a little edgier. But that
yeah.
warehouse scene was just, man, I would have loved to have
Man,
seen a movie of that.
man, that warehouse scene, man. That
Brutal.
warehouse scene.
Just
I-
ah.
Fox, you big on video games.
Yep. Yep.
I know you play Arkham. Arkham.
Yep. Oh, the Arkham series. Oh yeah.
You can't tell me that
That's what it
warehouse
was.
scene that
That was it.
that was Arkham.
Dude, it
Yeah.
was just great, man. It was so
Yeah.
good. He gets stabbed and you hear him go, ugh, just like it's just badass and brutal. And it was great, man. I thought he was a great Batman. And he was jacked. He was
He
huge.
was jacked.
He
He
was
was
big.
jacked. Yeah. When he was lifting them big old weights.
Doing the pull up
said,
with the
"Dang."
weights around him. Oh man.
Yeah.
He was jacked.
Fox, we supposed to finish it up.
Yep.
I did this news just for you. I want to know your thoughts because you're the video game guru.
Talk to me.
Just check this out right here and have an open mind and tell me what you think about
Man.
this right here.
You talking about
So
Twilight here? You talking about Zelda, the Twilight series?
So this is Miyamoto. I am pleased. Who is Miyamoto? You know who that is?
the director of the movie, I think, or the
Oh, okay.
or does he work?
I
for
thought
Nintendo?
maybe that was the creator of Zelda. I don't know
Uh,
because I know it's Japanese.
I
All
don't
made.
know.
All right, let's continue. We can always AI later. This is Miyamoto. I am pleased to announce that for the live action film of the legend, and this is my horrible Japanese. Let me quit, man, if I get in trouble.
They're gonna cancel you, man.
They're going to cancel me. I am pleased to announce that for the live action film of The Legend of Zelda, Zelda will be played by Bo Bergason's son and Link by Benjamin Evan Ainsworth's son. I am very much looking forward to seeing both of them on the big screen. Now, Fox, I know you like me. You have spent most of your life playing Zelda games or know about Zelda.
Mm-hmm.
The girl on top, does she look like Zelda to you? Do you think that's going to work out?
I think I picture her with blonde hair and the little elf ears.
The
Yeah,
elf
she
ears,
could she could pull it off.
What about the kid at the bottom? Is that
Man,
Link?
I don't know. I know Link is young, but damn, that kid looks like he's just graduating like elementary school. I mean,
Yeah.
it's Link has always been portrayed as a young, young noble hero with
He
the heart of gold and
he like a Superman type.
yeah.
He just don't have the powers.
He doesn't
don't
have
have
the power. He's not super physical. And every time
Yeah.
you play that character in a game, I'm thinking if they're doing like Breath of the Wild, that game, the first one for Switch, you could see him, this younger character, I guess, pulling it off. But
Dang, this cat is young though. He young.
looks like a girl, man. He looks like a damn. I mean, I'm
Well,
I'm not trying to be.
put it like this though. I'm gonna put it like this. Can I be fair and say that Link do kind of have the feminine looks?
Yeah, that's a good point.
I think
Yeah.
it might work. Dye his hair blonde, giving them elf ears, put him in the
Yeah.
green suit.
Yeah.
I think it could work, man.
I think the first costume test we see is going to tell us a lot about this movie because if it looks goofy, I'm not going to be excited about it. But if it
And
looks,
that's interesting though, Fox. Because think about it, okay? You got some hardcore Legend of Zelda fans out there,
Yeah,
man.
you do. There's a lot riding on this. Absolutely.
This is gonna be the first, and you would think it would have been some adaptations in the past.
Yep.
This is the first time this is ever going to get an adaptation. So if they don't do this right,
I'm telling you now, and to me, there's no excuse because listen, look at all the movies that have happened. You've had the Lord of the Rings brought to life.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. This is the mood that you want to go for. Maybe a little dark, not too dark, maybe not quite that dark.
not
You want it
too
to be a little
dark,
lighter.
not too dark, because Legend of Zelda is kid friendly.
It's a brighter, it's a lighter feel, but like he doesn't need to look like he's wearing some goofy outfit from Party City.
Yeah.
He needs to look like
Yeah.
he's wearing something that's made of real fabrics and leather, and it needs to have this feel of like a lived-in world. It can be a little brighter than Lord of the Rings, but I think you kind of need something like that because there is some weight to the story.
Yeah. And you think, man, I'm gonna put it like this. If they put it on the cinematic level of Lord of the Rings, you might got a new Lord of the Rings. You know what I mean?
No, I think you're right. I think we're kind of craving a new franchise.
Yeah.
And
Because I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan, and what they doing with that Amazon crap, Tolkien is turning in his grave right now.
I mean, they have milked every franchise to death. They have beat it to death. And then they took out the defibrillator. They shocked it. They brought it back to life, and they beat it to death again. It's every single major franchise out there. So it would be nice. I know this isn't a brand new IP, but it would be nice to see a new franchise come out of something with a good fan base. Start from scratch, and let's just see what they do.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that's pretty spot on casting. But I'm like you, right? They're gonna have to nail it though, because I mean, you just think about it, man. Nintendo have stood the test of time.
Absolutely, and these games specifically, Mario and Zelda, right?
Yeah,
pillars of that community.
Yep.
They look young.
Yeah, I would say, if not Mario, Zelda is the pillar.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You can throw Donkey Kong in there, but I think if you're talking about
Zelda got way more games than Donkey Kong, though.
If you think about it, when you think of Nintendo, you think of Mario and Zelda. That's just who you think of.
That's the big two.
The big two.
Am I wrong, or did they come out with a Metroid movie?
I don't
they
think
didn't come
so.
out with it.
No,
okay.
no, I don't.
Maybe that was a fan thing I seen.
Probably was, yeah.
Fox, we still talking about games. I picked this for you, man.
Okay.
You see this?
Oh yeah. I
didn't see it.
I'm excited about this movie.
Let's check it out. I didn't see it.
From New Line Cinema, the studio that brought you Cool Hand Cage, Hard to Cage, and Rebel Without a Cage, comes Uncaged Fury. Starring Johnny Cage.
It's showtime.
Oh, hold on. This is Warner. I got to stop for a little bit.
Yeah. You heard
what
his name was. You heard what his name was, right?
I heard it. I'm going to put it like this. That's Carl Urban.
Yes.
The same man that gave us one of the coldest movies that don't nobody talk about.
Dread.
Yep. Dread. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, about Dread. And I know a lot of y'all probably didn't see it in the chat. If you haven't seen that movie, right after the stream, watch it now. That movie gets an A++++++++++++.
That's a lot of pluses.
Do you blame me?
No, it's a good movie.
That movie is perfect, man. Perfect. Mm-hmm. I'm like Street Fighter. Perfect.
You win.
Perfect. Let's continue.
Pissed him off. They fucked with his shades. They should have brought more guys.
You should have brought more guys.
Uncaged Fury.
So you know what that was? That was a fake movie trailer
Yeah,
for one of his movies
yeah.
because he's going to be in Mortal Kombat.
And,
Mortal Kombat 2 coming out.
and let me get this right. I could be wrong.
Mhm.
Johnny Cage is inspired by Jean-Claude Van Damme, right?
I think so. I think he's a
Cause remember when we were coming up, what was the thing? Remember people were calling Jean-Claude a fake? Remember that?
yeah, because he
Yeah.
was like a ballet dancer out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's like Johnny Cage in the Mortal Kombat lore. He's supposed to be a fake, but he trying to prove himself in
Yeah.
the tournament.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So
But that
I'm
was
looking
good.
forward to that. That Mortal Kombat movie, that first one, that intro was spectacular.
Yep.
With Scorpion and Sub-Zero.
Mhm.
Yeah. But then the movie started,
It's the way it always goes, doesn't it?
Yeah. You think this one has the potential to beat that first Mortal Kombat movie we seen when we was younger? I don't think nothing gonna beat that one, man.
The problem with that, like that movie was like a time capsule. It was like
Yeah.
it was lightning in the bottle. It was a little cheesy, but it was just the right kind of cheesy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it with that techno music and everything, it was just super like 90s, you know?
It was super 90s because I can remember where I was at when I watched it. For some odd reason, my cousins, we were all my cousins, we would go to my grandma's house. My grandma lived in an old shabby house in the hood. And we would all spend a night at her house on the weekends. We would go to the rental place and get all the VHS tapes.
And you would pick this up.
I will pick that one up. I will pick it up. I know you got it. On VHS, yes, sir.
This one right there.
Yes, sir. And this is the thing about it, Fox. Every weekend we would get it and watch it. You know?
You would burn this tape up. Mortal Kombat. It was just, man, it was incredible. And it had horrible CGI and you know, the acting was rough, but it was just, I don't know, man, it was just fun. You know,
I'm gonna tell you when that CGI was terrible.
And it hit when the movie was, or the games were really popular too. So
yeah, but I'm gonna tell you that when that CGI got real terrible, is when Reptile showed up. Remember?
Oh yeah, that was rough. It was better when he was just in a green suit. When he became a reptile, that was rough.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you what's even worse than that. That Mortal Kombat 2 CGI.
Oh,
it was even worse than that movie.
Man, that was bad. They lost the actors, and it just all the special effects got really horrible. Annihilation. That's what it was called.
It was bad.
It was bad.
I went back and watched that. I went back and watched that a few years back.
Ooh.
I said, dang, how did they think? How did they like finish editing and really thought this was watchable?
I think back then, I think they had no faith in a sequel. They just thought, well, the first one did good, so people will just go watch it. And we could just put out whatever garbage we want. We're never going to make a third one, so we don't care.
Yeah. The CGI is bad, man.
Oh, it's bad. It's really bad.
Hold on. I'm supposed to show a scene. And then we got one more news to do, and then we're going to end the show. But I got to show this, man. This is terrible.
This is terrible.
All right, check this out.
Oh, no. The end fight scene? Oh,
you remember when they morphed into animals?
This is so bad. Animality. Oh, Fox, here we go, kids.
Even PS1 is better than this.
Man, look how bad this is.
Now, Fox, I'm not going to lie. When I was a kid and watched that, I said, oh, this is dope.
Well, it was 1997, man. Come on. Times were hard.
I said, they doing animalities now? Wow.
But then you saw it and you're like, oh, yeah. Man, this is
Look
bad.
at that, man.
Impressive.
Look at that. Look at him saying impressive.
Impressive.
Look like Darth Vader. Impressive. Okay, now this is Shao Kahn and a Madeline.
Oh, the way. Play it.
Yeah.
Play it.
Terrible.
Like
Fox,
I said,
you got
kid.
you got the VHS to that one?
No. No, that was not in the collection. No.
Okay. You don't think one day that'll be a cult classic?
That's
classic?
never gonna be a cult classic. That's a cult disappointment right there.
Yeah.
We've all said collectively, society has said no to that one.
I agree.
No.
I agree. This is the last news of the night. Fox, I want to know how you feel about this. This seems to be real. Here we go right here. We're going to talk about the Marvel side of things. So it said Reed Richards is going to be the main leader for the Avengers on Avengers Doomsday. Reed was the most challenging role to cast. He goes from being the nerdy scientist who's locked away in the lab to the husband and the father who will do anything to protect his family to the guy who's leading the Avengers. Now, that's Shakeman, who is director of Fantastic Four that's coming up. I realized that the version we were building had to leave all of those elements. Fox, how do you feel about Pedro Pascal, the new Reed Richards of the MCU? How do you feel about that man being the leader of the Avengers? Does it make sense?
This is what I mean by after Endgame and Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and the last Spider-Man movie, Far From Home, No Way Home, whatever. You need to end it. Shut it down. Because now, first off, I hate this idea. But second of all, who else is going to lead the Avengers? I mean, once again, here we are. We're going to have to bring in somebody last minute to be the leader. Yeah. The movie's not even out yet.
Yeah.
We know the new Avengers movie's coming. So we're going to have to get this movie out real quick. And we're just going to bank on you. You're going to love Pedro so much that he's going to be the new leader. But, I mean, he's probably the most qualified. You know, if you're just looking at the characters that are left in this MCU. But that means that there's going to be either a time warp, but there's probably not a time warp because we didn't know about these characters in the original timeline. So he's going to be from another universe. It's another multiverse thing. So you're going to have a multiverse character coming in to be the leader of the Avengers in this universe.
A multiverse.
And
this is why I'm scared. I'm really scared about this.
I'm telling you.
This is why I'm scared about this.
Oh, no. Not this clip.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is your Reed Richards, the leader of the Avengers, the so-called leader of the Fantastic Four, because they are saying that Sue Storm may potentially be the leader. But ladies and gentlemen, I want you all to know that this man here is the leader of the MCU going forward.
Sitting there licking a rainbow lollipop. I mean, damn, man. It's typical. This is what Marvel is now. It's like bringing in Captain Marvel. It's like bringing her ass in. Ain't been not a part of nothing.
Yep.
And at the last second, you squeeze her in between two more Avengers movies and expect everybody, well, you're just going to love her now because she's the greatest ever.
And the comics have proved that nobody ever wanted Captain Marvel.
No.
They never did want it.
No.
Fox, where do people can find you?
You can find me at 19K Fox. I'm over here on the YouTubes. You can also find me at 19K Fox 1 on Twitter. And yeah, thank you so much for having me. Beto, I love talking about movies, even though I don't get the chance to all the time on my channel. Great to see you again, brother.
You're a busy man. Y'all heard it here first. Next week is Dark Council. We'll be back next Wednesday. Thank y'all for the super chat love. Continue smashing that like button. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We're out of here.
Fader, what is you looking at? You were staring hard at the camera just then.
Oh, I'm
sorry.
You should have freaking paid
attention. What were you just looking at, bro?
You're standing on.
You killed Luke, you bastard!
That's my boy.